Okay, one of the biggest issues with the articulated fat cat is that during the print cycle, if you look at all of the articulated locations here, and we're going to look at the bigger one because the smaller one is the same design, but it's harder to see. But what happens is, let's zoom in here. I'm going to move up layer by layer, okay? You can see here that the center rounded portion has infill as well as the head. All of the articulated parts between the head and the body are hollow. And what happens is, and the reason they're hollow, let's go up just a little bit, is that right here is the connecting part. All of these little T-shaped connectors that are attached to this part right here. This T is attached to this one, this T to that one, this T, and so on and so forth. It's the same design here in the back. But let's go here. Now we're going to zoom in just a little bit and move it over. And what you will notice is during the print cycle, we're going to go down a couple layers, is right here, right there is kind of a risky place. These little T's here have to print almost in midair. Okay, right? See, so the only thing keeping those T's from just falling in, during the print is that arm. Let's zoom in right here. Is this little bitty arm right here on each one has to start printing, okay? It's a little thin arm, and then the T right there branches off. So during the time, any time that it's printing these connecting points right here that go into this slot, these little T's right here on all of the articulated parts will have a tendency to fail. In fact, they may actually stick to the part of the other articulated part. So this, that, all of the T's. Let's see if we can go over here and look at the tail. Same thing. We're going to back it down, and at any given point, let's zoom in here. At any given point, these little T's that are printed here, you can see right here, may have a tendency to fail. There's not much at all keeping that proper, okay? So if the print fails within the connector here, this one, all the way up, if it fails, it will have a tendency to possibly fuse the two parts together. So anyway, technically they do start out as individual prints, okay? And as long as the gap between all of the parts is proper, it should print okay. It's just the connector that could have a problem. Okay, so if we go up, you can see the little connector there on all of them. So anyway, that's just to show you what is involved in printing this. So if your printer is properly set up and properly tuned, and not so much calibrated, it's make sure everything is straight, horizontal, parallel. It's a properly well assembled printer. If you have this printer, say an Ender 3, and it's properly assembled to factory specifications, it will have less of an issue printing this. So my Ender 3 is currently printing this right now as an example, because I always like to give advice based on an example that I have run across. And since I haven't printed this particular item yet, I decided to go ahead and print it, see what the issues are, and pass them on. But yeah, instead of just giving random advice, not knowing exactly what the issues are, I am printing this current STL file as we speak. So anyway, it will be printed in PLA at about 205, 206 Celsius, and we'll see how it comes out. But that's just what I found in my experience now. I can call it my own experience. So happy printing.